Exactly, that's what I'm like, okay.
Good morning. How's everybody? It's good afternoon. Great day to be a Cougar. And the way things are right now, it's a great week to be a Cougar. Whenever you have more fingers on your hand than teams that are left playing in college basketball, it's good times, and that has certainly been the case. But today we are here to introduce you to a new era of women's college basketball here at the University of Houston. We're going to do that. I want to give you a little overview of what we're going to be doing. We're going to do a little Q&A, and we're also going to have a photo op as well for everybody here from the media as we introduce Coach Mitchell here today. But one thing I've always learned about doing these is no one's here to hear what I have to say. What they're here is these, except for Coach Fritz. They're here to hear these people right here. We're going to start. I'd like to introduce the president here at the University of Houston, Renu Couture.
Well, good afternoon. I could have stayed seated there, but I'm so excited that I thought I'm just going to get up anyway. So, first of all, thank you so much for your support for University of Houston Cougar Athletics overall. You are great fans here. And this is a great week. There's no doubt about it. I still don't know on what cloud I am on. I hope I stay on cloud 9. But here is the beauty of athletics. Immediately after we won the regional championship in Indianapolis, before I could even find my breath, I had text messages from so many university presidents congratulating me. So everybody's eyes are on Houston Cougars. This is how we build academic, reputation, recognition by just bringing attention through athletics. And this time has been great for us. But it has always puzzled me, why shouldn't we have our women's basketball program exactly where our men's basketball program is? And I know the leader we are hiring today, Coach Mitchell, he is no stranger to being Coach of the Year or playing in the best of the best. He's coming from SEC background. He's no stranger to being in Sweet 16 or even an Elite 8. So now the challenge is going to be, which I'm going to present the challenge, and that is we got to get in Final Four for women's basketball. Absolutely. Because, Coach, I know you can do it. And the passion that is here, the grit, the determination, the support, and the fans, I think we are all here to help you with that. I love sports, and even if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have any choice because I don't think I would be able to stay at home then because my husband, who's right here, Dr. Couture, he is a big sports fan. It is to a point now that I'm not going to be sitting with him at the Final Four because he just makes me so anxious, so nervous, and just constantly yelling. So now I just want you to know I am not a very competitive person, except I know how to keep a score. We have a score to settle with Duke this Saturday. You know, you remember that. I just don't forget, so I will not be forgetting where we are, but I will always be there to support you. I want the very best for our athletics. I want absolutely for us to be nationally competitive, nationally relevant program that people know, fear the Cougars. And it's just my great desire to see women's basketball just shine and do just great things. And of course, I am totally comfortable. Our coach Fritz is here. He's going to take our football to places because, again, it's all about, you heard it many times from Coach Sampson, it's about culture, it's about program, it's about student athletes, it's about believing, it's about building something more than just a team. And that's what Coach Sampson has done. That's what Coach Fritz is doing. So now we are going to be looking at you, Coach. But I'm so happy to have you here, your family here, your grandchildren here, your children here. I mean, how awesome is it? And I want you to know I'm preparing also the next generation beyond us, meaning my grandchildren, who are big supporters here. They have been disciples of Coach Sampson. They have taken summer camp. And I have a granddaughter who's playing in basketball tournaments all around Florida State. So not just my eyes, but now they've got a lot of fans in Florida because they wear everyday University of Houston gear. So let me know how I can help you, but we are looking for great things. You've got great leader here, and you've got great athletics department. We are together, and we're going to win this. So welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did she say she wasn't competitive? I'd like to turn it over to the athletic director, Eddie Nunez.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and stand up since she set the bar high. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm thrilled to look around the room and see many of our coaches, student athletes, staff, our head coaches. Thank you all for being here. This is what this is about. This is bigger than just our women's program. This is about really elevating UH athletics to the standard that what I talked about when I first arrived here. Before I go there, though, I do want to say thank you to some individuals. First, welcome Matthew, Jenna. We've got his daughters, Presley, Saylor, Lacey. I believe I saw her. There she is, sorry. Grandkids and the entire family, friends, thank you for being here. We welcome you to the UH family. I also want to say thank you to Van Chancellor. I see him here today, and I know Matthew will speak a little bit about him. Van and I have a lot of history together. We spent a lot of time at LSU, and a lot of times he gave me a lot of guidance and expertise, and I'm not going to deny that he probably helped a little bit through this process, reaching out here and there. So thank you, Coach, for your guidance. But today we take another step to raising the standards. As I mentioned, standard of excellence. You've always heard me say it, and I'm going to continue to say it. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens with consistency, work ethic, some tough decisions sometimes, but it's all about moving forward. I've been around many championship programs throughout my career, but I didn't have to look much any further than here. We have all seen what can happen here when it comes to putting the right pieces together, making sure you have the attention to details, the support, but most of all, the leader. Our men's basketball has shown back-to-back Big 12 championships, Final Four. The success they have is possible here with every one of our programs, and this one's definitely at the top of that list. So when you talk about greatest rebuilds, I know everybody's talking about our men's program, one of the greatest rebuilds. I agree. I'm not ashamed to see. I'd love to be able to sit here a couple years from now or even whenever that time comes, but be able to say we were a part of the two greatest rebuilds in college basketball. So with this, we embarked on this opportunity. From the beginning, we told you we wanted to make sure that we looked for the right person that was going to raise the standards, but was also going to do it the right way. I wanted to find somebody that was going to connect with the community, was going to help our student athletes be the best they could be on the court, And the more and more we went through this process, and we had some great individuals that presented themselves, but someone kept checking that box, every box that we went down. That person was Matthew Mitchell. When you talk about being around great coaches, proven success, high character, high integrity, the accomplishments he's garnered, Elite Eights, Sweet 16s, everything, you've heard it. But what I like the most is his vision and his work ethic. That's what's going to differentiate us from every other school, and not just in our conference, but in the country. So with that, I'm going to pass it back so they can introduce him officially. But I do want to ask everybody, please, let's give a round of applause to Matthew and his family for being here.
They told me to keep the introduction short and brief. And I say to that, then don't be so successful and have enough things to talk about. And that's certainly been the case. But I do want to run through some of these things, because 330-plus career victories for Coach Mitchell, 303 in his 13 seasons at Kentucky, a couple times the SEC Coach of the Year. You name it, he has done it. Regular season championship in the SEC. 17 times he's taken teams to the NCAA tournament, 3 Elite Eights, 5 Sweet 16s. I know it's a lot of numbers I'm throwing at you, but this is what defines success on the court. And when you talk about player development, you're talking about now bringing people in, not just being able to recruit, but to be able to get them ready for the next level, whether it's life or the WNBA. 6 times he has had WNBA players drafted, 5 SEC Player of the Years. You guys done yet? Nope, I'm not. So, hey, I just wanted 21 all SEC players as well. And with all of that, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome to Houston, Texas, and to introduce the 8th head coach in program history, Coach Matthew Mitchell.
Well, thank you so much. And the word I'd like to lead with right now is gratitude. It is a heart full of gratitude this afternoon to be with you and to stand before you as the coach of the Houston Cougars. And certainly I have to thank President Couture and Eddie Nunez for this immense opportunity that lies before all of us. And that's what I'll tell you. It's going to take all of us, our whole community, to get this to where we know it can be. And I am just so grateful for the opportunity. I have some people that I want to express gratitude for, and then I'll tell you how we're going to do this. But I want to begin with my parents, John and Carol Mitchell, who just instilled in me all of the values that we will use to build this program, and taught me the value of honesty, hard work, discipline. And that's how we will build the program, and that's how we will have sustained success here at Houston. And I have some unique connections to the city that'll be so important to us. My dad worked real hard to build a business, and one of the first luxuries that we were provided living in rural Mississippi was a satellite dish. Big satellite dish. You kind of look like what's out at NASA maybe, but we got one out on the side of our yard, and that opened up the world of the Houston Astros to the Mitchell family. And so we, since 1985, have been watching the Houston Astros. In 1988, we took our vacation here to the Astrodome to watch the Houston Astros. And Dad and Mom bought me a pair of Air Jordans on that trip. And so to be standing here almost 40 years later as the head coach of Houston at a Jordan brand school is a bit surreal right now. So I have been connected to this city for a while, and the city will be extremely important for us. To the people that provided me opportunities. The only way that I would have this opportunity if Brian Hutchinson at Morehead State gave me a chance to be a head coach for the first time. Really, really grateful to him. Mitch Barnhart gave me the first opportunity to lead a Power 4 program at Kentucky, and I am so grateful for that. But the reason that I am standing here and I have this opportunity is because of the players at Morehead State and the players at Kentucky, because that's what it takes to build a championship program. We must have the players to go out. I never scored a bucket at Morehead State or Kentucky, never got a rebound, but we know how to build it, and it's about the players. And so to our current players here on the roster, to our signees, they're so important to what we're building for the future. And we're going to elevate their play through player development. We're going to invest in our players and their player development, but also your value as a basketball player is temporary on this earth. And we want to provide an opportunity for our players that is very rich and deep in experience, that not only enhances their ability to play now, but we teach them lessons using this great game of how they can succeed in life once their value as a basketball player is maybe diminished to getting picked first in the pickup game. You know, that's maybe where we are. I'm really excited to have one of my former players at Kentucky here today who is Houstonian and is an example of the kind of players that we would love to recruit and sign. Chastity Patterson, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate that. But Chastity's a great example of the talent that's in this city. And so let me explain to you how we approach recruiting. It's going to be so important that we start inside and go out. And so the number one priority for us is the city. City of Houston is an epicenter of top-notch basketball talent. And I want every player to know that Houston is a place where they can come and play at the very highest level, chase championships, chase being their very best, get an incredible education, and build a life that prepares them for their future. And we are open for business here in the city of Houston at the University of Houston, and it's going to be so important to us. Some of the greatest talent in the world is also in our state. State of Texas is full of incredible basketball talent, full of incredible academic talent, and we want Houston to be an outstanding option for them to come and reach their goals as players and as students. And then we're such a dynamic city. International city. You're able to get here from all over the country. You're able to get here from all over the world. And so we will be open also to the best players that fit our culture, that fit our method of doing things. And I cannot tell you the most attractive thing to me is our ability to connect great people to this great place, and we just have an immense opportunity to do that. To all the high school coaches out there in Houston, all the club coaches in Houston, all the high school coaches and club coaches in the state of Texas, we want to be visible, accessible, and inspiring to you as a basketball program. One of the greatest things that's ever happened to me in my career was to begin my career as a high school teacher and coach. And I learned how to teach, I learned how to coach, I learned how to connect with people. And I want you to know that whether you have a player that can play at Houston or not, we want to be a staff that pours into the development of the coaches here in the state of Texas, and particularly in the city. So we're going to be very intentional about that, very organized about opportunities where a young coach can come in and learn. I am so fortunate that so many people poured into me and helped me develop. Two of those people are here today, two of my mentors, Les and Mary Triplett, that started with me on this journey, and I appreciate them so much. And when I got on that journey, another interesting connection to the city was I grew up in Mississippi. I started going to Coach Van Chancellor's practices when I was a young high school coach. I went to Ole Miss to watch him practice. I saw what it looked like to be a championship coach, and what an example he set in the city of women's basketball excellence with 4 world championships with the Houston Comets. So I'm so proud that they would be in attendance today, and I thank you for everything you've done, and looking forward to being with Coach and Miss Betty and helping us transition here to Houston, and we appreciate that very much. The landscape has definitely changed since I last coached. We have been working so hard over the past 4 years to understand that. I want to thank my wife, Jenna, for never letting me forget the unique opportunity that we have to coach college basketball. And so for the last 4 years, I've been building a leadership platform and company. But Jenna always reminded me that what I do best is coach college basketball. And so I'm grateful to her for that. And so as we've been looking over the last 2 or 3 seasons at opportunities, we've been preparing for this moment and trying to get informed as much as possible of the changing landscape, understanding what we're going to have to do in this new era of college athletics. And gratitude is so full, my heart's so full of gratitude that Houston is the place. This is the place. This is the city, this is the university where we can build the best possible basketball program for a young person to come and reach their dreams, reach their competitive dreams, reach their academic dreams, and it all is going to happen here at Houston. So much excellence is around the department right now. I loved meeting Coach Sampson here before the press conference. He's got his hands full right now. We've got some important games coming up this weekend, so I appreciated him stopping by. I got a coaching video a few years back of Coach Sampson, stolen out underneath out of bounds play from him that we made a few buckets, so I'm already appreciative of him. He helped us win a few games already with his coaching prowess. So have so much respect for Willie and his journey and his career. Appreciate you being here, Coach. I cannot wait to work with you. I have so much admiration for your journey and have so much to learn from you. So we are thrilled to be here. We are grateful for the opportunity. We are going to roll up our sleeves and we are going to bring the excellent women's basketball program that the University of Houston deserves, and we can't wait to get started. Thank you all for being here. And go Cougs.
We're going to open it up for some questions. We got media folks right here. Go ahead.
Coach, how are you doing? Have you had a chance to assemble your staff yet?
We're working on that and very excited about the direction we're in, and we'll be announcing. We'll start announcing those staff members closer to the end of the week, and it's forming, and we still have a little ways to go, but very excited about what's developing there. And our staff, the most important thing is alignment in our staff, and so we're looking for people with high energy because we have a heavy lift in front of us. There's no doubt about it, but we can get it done. So we're looking for hardworking people, people who can connect, people who want to serve this community, and this opportunity is just so immense. And so I'm confident that we're going to put together a great staff that gets the job done and gets it done in excellent fashion.
Matthew, what drew you back to coaching? What was it about this particular? You were up for some other jobs as well. What is it about this particular Houston one that made you think this was the right fit?
Well, over the last 3 years, I would be contacted by various opportunities, which would get you thinking about it. And like I said, my wife Jenna was so encouraging each cycle of believing in myself, believing I could still do it, believing that I had the talent for it, and the skill and the competency for it, and the energy. And I think that when you are aspiring for greatness and you want to accomplish something big, you need to answer yes on all three of those. And so she just did a great job of always reminding me of that: talent, skill, energy. And so I'm so appreciative of her. We also wanted to get to the right place. And as we pursued some opportunities and worked on that, and those passed us by, we just stayed faithful that the right opportunity was going to present itself. And I cannot tell you how excited I am that this is where we landed. This is so much potential. There's so much we have going for us, and we just have to get in and do the work now. There's zero impediment to the success that we can have, and we just have to find other people to join us, and I know that we'll get that done. But I have come to the realization that what I do best is coach college basketball, and I think the time away has really helped me prepare even further to navigate. You're going to need strong leadership right now in this new world, in this new era of figuring things out, and change is difficult and change is hard. And I think right now strong leadership is important as it's ever been, and that's what I've been working on, is strengthening my leadership. So I feel very prepared and so excited for the opportunity.
Coach, to change the landscape, you touched on it, NIL, transfer portal. How are you going to adjust to that?
Yeah, I'm going to go in with a very positive attitude that this is what we're, the era we are working in, and we're going to try to be the most skilled at it. And it's still, to me, we have to provide an opportunity that certainly there's a financial piece, but we have to provide an opportunity that's about developing people and developing their character and preparing them for life. Because I look at the programs that are being so successful now, and you've never convinced me that it's all about money. And so it's an important piece, and we are, the other piece that really excites me is Eddie's commitment. Eddie's commitment to being excellent in athletics, and that includes women's basketball. And I haven't talked to anybody more excited about women's basketball being successful than Eddie, and that really is attractive. And so we will figure it out. It's some tough days ahead, some hard work ahead, but that's what we're here for. And so we will navigate it we'll inform with education. We'll try to get educated on it and be intelligent and be smart about it. But we're excited for the challenge, and we'll get it figured out.
Welcome, Matthew. Joseph Duarte with the Houston Chronicle. As you put together your roster and you go out and recruit, is there a particular style of player, or what do you look for that fits your system?
Well, I had the great pleasure of connecting with Chandy Jones this morning, and I just told her can be at the University of Houston, and her jersey's hanging here in the Fertitta Center, and if you look at how she played, and she would be a great prototype of what we're looking for. She was such an excellent player, but the style, we want it to be exciting. And so we will adjust to winning with what we're able to put together for next year, but long term, the vision is up-tempo. Offense and defense, that's how we were able to build a championship program at the University of Kentucky and have sustained success. But it's going to be aggressive, it's going to be up-tempo, it's going to we'll gain inspiration from our great track program here at Houston and be inspired by their speed. I love to have speed, and so we'll have an entertaining style. And that's one thing I want to tell the fans, is that we need to earn their loyalty, and we're going to do that, and we're going to try to do that before we ever play a game with just how we conduct ourselves. But we need fans to take a leap of faith here and believe that we're going to get this done. It's so important. What an unbelievable building we have here to compete in. And so we need to work really hard to give the fans something to cheer about. But I think when you see a team playing extremely hard and competing with great effort and great energy, I think fans connect to that. So it'll all be based on that, and we'll be excited about building the team here.
Hello, Cameron Alberigo, the Cougar. How would you describe your coaching and leadership style?
Well, we are I'll tell you, the leadership style is just principle based. We are based on 3 core principles: honesty, hard work, discipline. We call it our winning tools. Developed that back at Morehead State, and I thought it was a great idea. Every season, you were building a team, and now it's more useful than ever with all the player movement. But even back all those years ago, seniors left, freshmen came in, and it's a new team. So you have to build every single season, and our tools are honesty, hard work, discipline, and so it's principle based. And coaching style is we are going to be very intense and serious about what we're doing, but try to inject some fun and some love in this process where we're together and we're all working to be the very best. And so that's one concept that I have really embraced over the last 2 or 3 years as I've been learning about leadership. Is what we need to focus on is being our best and not comparing ourselves to anyone else, comparing ourselves to what's the very best effort we can give every day. And when we do that, then the University of Houston will be among the best when we focus on that.
Matthew, how important is that promotion aspect of it? And are there things you did at Kentucky, like the Midnight Madness or anything like that you'd like to bring here? And what did you see works there?
We're going to hold off on the dancing for right now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Eddie. I appreciate it. I'm known as much for dancing as I am coaching, which scares me sometimes. But the number one marketing advantage you give yourself is to win, and is to put a team out there that wins. And then certainly, I think that filling this place up, and we were able to eventually do that at Kentucky. We were able to go from very low attendance to selling out 20,000+ arena several times and creating great fan interest. It's a lot about winning first, but certainly I just love people. I love to connect with our fans. I'm already so invested in this place. Jen and I were laughing the other night in the Sweet 16 game that was coming down to the end. We'd only known we were Cougs for about 48 hours, and we were living and dying, and Jenna said she needed some medication to try to get through the end of that game. And so we love being a part of a community. We love the fact already that we're connected to this place. We feel it. And I think just letting people understand that and showing people how much we love this place already, and that'll just grow. And listen, we're builders. We are here to build this thing to what we know it can be. And if you go back, just look at the track record. I'm not sure what people thought was possible at Kentucky at the time when I first arrived as an assistant in 2003, and then the whole evolution of that program. But we built that, and we know how to do this, and we are going to build it here. And I cannot tell you how excited I am about it. Well, I can tell you how excited about it. I'm very excited about it. That was poor grammar, President. I'm sorry.
Hi, Alicia Kazi, Kook TV. Once your hiring announcement was posted on social media, I was just, Kateri Poole posted a picture of you guys from back in recruiting days.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, and she kind of had like a message of just like happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Was wondering if you saw that and like what that means to you to just already have a player that was just ready to play for you just when your announcement was announced.
Yeah, that was a few years back. I think her junior year. I went up to her house in New York and remember that visit, and that was a fun picture to see, and it was very nice of her to say. And the current players have been through a lot. A coaching transition is tough, and so what we want to do this week is really spend some time, talk about what their dreams are, what their hopes are, what their aspirations are. Talk to them about how we're going to approach it and how we're going to get there. But that was really, really nice, and appreciated that. Appreciate the players being here today, really do.
All right, if anybody has any extra, we want one-on-ones or any more pictures or anything, there'll be an area right up here where they can do that. Fletcher in this sweet red jacket over here, he'll hook you up. And thank you all so very much for being here, and go Cougs. Have a great day. 7:10 first pitch tonight.
We're going to bring up the famous so we can take some pictures with you in the jersey.
Thank you so much.